The best thing I did, and I want you to know, was letting you in. From that moment I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, karibu, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always making time to come on with me. We have a guest on set today. Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
Doing good. Though.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Good to have you here.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, so introduce yourself, babe.
I'm Marion's husband. My name is Jacob Vega. I'm from Texas. I know that's a really long way from Kenya. Very long way.
Yeah. So from the title of the video, you have seen that today we want to talk about the challenges of long distance relationship, the struggles of long distance relationship. This is a very sensitive topic, and one that elicits, a lot of mixed reactions from different people and even from us. So I think for starters, let me start by saying that we have been in a relationship now for 3+ years, or for 3 years plus, and all those 3 years we've been doing it long distance. So
Yes.
we started with the dating for 1 year, and then now married for 2 years, and still long distance. The other thing I should say also is we have not chosen to do long distance. We are still long distance just because of unavoidable circumstances, and it is our prayer that soon we'll close the distance and we'll be able to live together as a family. So us being long distance is not out of choice.
So when we first started talking, we knew this was going to be long distance. We didn't know it was going to take this long. Like Marion said, it's been 3 years, but just got to be patient. We've already done everything on our end, paid the fees, signed all the documents, and now it's just a waiting game.
At this point, it's just waiting for the embassy to work on the backlog, the COVID backlog that they keep saying they're working on. And
Yeah.
So I think the first question I have for you, babe, is before you met me, you had not dated anybody outside of your country.
That's right.
So prior to meeting me, were you open to the idea of ever being in a long distance relationship?
Actually, yeah. I've been in one before.
There's a movie I was watching, and there was this particular scene that the guy, he had come, so they did the wedding, and then he had to leave the wife behind, of course, because he's deployed. So whatever it is they're living in like a camp. I don't know what you guys call it in the US.
Base.
A base.
Fort.
Yeah. So they were living in like a base, and these particular days when all the people who were deployed were supposed to go back, so there's a bus that comes to pick them. And so in that camp or that base, there's a section that is designated for families to stand before the military people can get into the bus. So it's like a place where you get to say bye-bye. And I'm telling you, babe, that scene was like maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes long, and I just remember crying through the entire scene. It was really emotional, and it was more emotional because it's something that I have experienced. It's something that I'm experiencing every single time you have to come and go, and as I was watching that and crying, I was like, I don't think I would have been able to do that. It would be too much. And respect to all the military families. You guys are doing something that I don't think I have the grace to do. Like just watching the scene, and this is a movie, and I cried. I was like, I cannot imagine having that as my life for the entire time my husband is gonna serve. So for some reason, I always keep saying that God made everything work out because he was in the military and he was serving, but then just before we met, he left. And
Yeah.
for me, I keep saying it's just God who orchestrated it to work that way, because honestly, military,
It's a tough life.
yeah,
Like not just the job, but that the family aspect. It's pretty difficult.
yeah. Anyway, that's as far as you knowing if you wanted to do long distance.
Yeah,
Or
long
if you
distance
want.
doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, on the other end, I keep laughing at myself every single time. So let me
Yeah.
tell you guys, before I met my husband, I kept saying I can never do long distance. And even in my head, I was thinking of long distance in terms of like just within Kenya. Like if a person is uh, in Mombasa and I'm in Nairobi, for me that would was always a deal breaker. Like I was never open to long distance, and I kept saying I can never do long distance. I need the D here. You know? So that crazy, it's crazy. That was the only reason, by the way. That was the only reason why I would, say I don't want to do long distance. But look at me now. Here I am, married with a baby and doing long distance, and I can honestly say that this is my most fulfilled relationship ever.
Yeah,
My
me too.
most fulfilled relationship ever. And if I was given the opportunity to choose, I would still choose this.
Me too.
Yeah.
In
With the
fact,
long distance and all.
I think you're the only one that I look forward to hearing from every day.
Yeah.
I'd prefer y'all to be in the States with me, but like I said, just patience.
Yeah.
But getting text messages or little pictures of you and Mikey going places, like, yeah, it helps. It's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are some of the challenges that you have
Ooh.
faced in our long distance relationship?
Whenever you or Mikey get sick, I feel kind of guilty because the only thing I can do is just like send y'all money or maybe video chat with you for a little while. When really I would like to just stay home and help take care of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then just waking up alone sucks. It sucks even more when you're married.
Yeah.
And the cherry on top is there's nothing you can do about it right now. You've already done all you can. So waking up, going to work, that's all I really think about is Marion and Mikey. Sometimes that's all I talk about too. Another one is just being out and about, and I see couples, and they're pushing baby carriages and they're enjoying their time together. It makes me wish them to be here or to be in the States even more. And so that sense of longing, it escalates. It's pretty hard. There's been moments where I'll be at work, and I don't know, guys, if any of you are watching this, if I ever go to the bathroom for a while, it's because I need to get my head back on. It's been a rough day. Some of y'all have probably already noticed when it comes on, and I'm glad y'all don't say anything to me about it, and you just let me deal with it. Thank you. I just need a minute.
In that moment, you always like think about it, as in, it gets emotional for you, and
Very,
you need
yeah.
a break.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other challenge?
Well, since I've been here, not being able to play with Mikey. Yeah. Yeah, you take it away.
Did well. Yeah, so like I said, guys, I warned you, this is a very sensitive topic for us, and we really have to gather the courage to do this, but it has to be done, um, just to encourage someone out there. you know um, Sometimes I get so many DMs, people texting me, and they're like, how are you able to do it, long distance? How are you still able to survive the distance? What are some of the things that you guys do that help you? So I'll just text back with what has been working for us, And so due to those many DMs, I was like, you know what, I think let me just do a video, on our challenges, and I don't know, it can help someone out there. Personally, for me, I would say many a times I don't notice my husband is away until when I need that physical touch. That's when I realize, by the way, he's not around. When you wake up in the morning and you need someone to hold you, or when you're having a rough day and you need someone to just hold you, and it's not possible, then that at that moment, it's when it really dawns on me that he's actually far away and I'm not able to get that. The reason I'm saying this is because we tend to do so much together even when we're still apart. Like during his off days or his free time, we are always on phone. Like we can be on phone when he's cooking. Sometimes we can be on phone when he's even playing a video game, or playing a stream on, or watching a stream on YouTube. And I'll just sit there and probably doing my stuff, just so that we can register each other's presence during our hobbies, or when we're doing our hobbies.
Which is actually pretty fun. It helps bridge the gap. Physically, there's a huge gap, but it doesn't really seem that way when we're having these interactions. It feels like she's right there.
Yeah, and then that's the whole point. Like we only feel the distance when we need that physical, kind of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else, like emotionally, I am fully taken care of. Like every single thing that a partner needs to give me, he is giving it. Um, Aside from just the physical aspect of it, you understand? So that is exactly why I'm saying, given the opportunity, I would still choose him. And most times when I get the DMs that I'm getting, this is what I tell people. I don't know, but I tend to believe that some of you, or even most of you, or even all of you, have experienced this at some point. And I think even you, babe, I've told you this scenario before, that there are people that you can date or be in a relationship with, and they're in the same town with you,
Oh yeah.
probably living in the same neighborhood with you, but then you are emotionally distant. There are people you date and they're probably even next door, but you guys are emotionally distant. And that relationship tends to be very, very dysfunctional.
Yeah. Or toxic, or it's just a waste of time.
Yeah, it doesn't work. But I keep telling people, for my husband, he is miles and miles away, but he still feels closer than anybody next door. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that is exactly what I tell people. So sometimes it's really not about the distance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's really not about the distance, but it's more about the connection. And you see, the connection. Thank God for the internet. We have ways to now improvise and still be able to still connect. You
Mm-hmm.
get it? We do go on dates, you know. I've shown you guys a couple of our virtual dates. We do
Those
go
are
on.
actually really fun.
I know.
like those.
We always look forward to those. So we still go on dates. We still have our virtual dates. Like I said, we talk. Every single day we must talk. Every single day we talk. He likes texting a lot and I hate texting. And I love
Yeah.
calls and he hates calling. But now we've created a balance to where when I'm feeling really needy and he's texting me, I always tell him, babe, call me. I need you to call me. And he will understand the cue, or he'll get the cue and he'll call. When he is really, at that moment where he's feeling needy and I'm trying to call, he'll be like, no, I'm gonna text you. And I would understand that I'll get the cue and we'll go back to texting. You get. So aside from the talking every day, we still do stuff together. If I'm going for shopping, I'll take him. we'll do a video call. If he's going for shopping, he'll take me, we'll do video call, voice call. Like, we are always in each other person's
We're always within each other's reach.
yeah.
That's
so,
really important.
yeah. When I've gone for my travel work, I still talk to him. Like, it doesn't matter where I am, we still talk.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where he is, we still talk. So for me, I would say I have not really experienced challenges aside from when it comes to like when I need physically him to be there. And of course, there's also something you have raised when our baby is sick. That really tends to get me too emotional, and sometimes I'll break down, and it would also get to him, because then I'm like, these are the days I really need you to be here, because watching your baby sick is not easy. It's not easy, guys. It's not. So those moments, then I feel like I need him there. The other challenge as a mom is most times we would wake up, with Mikey, we'll be doing our stuff, and probably I'll have my videos playing, and my husband is on those videos, and our son will just start crying when he sees him, and that just breaks me so hard.
Yeah.
It breaks me really, really, really bad, because all I keep thinking about is he did not sign up for this. We signed up for this. We knew, we're gonna be long distance at some point. But he was just birthed and born into this whole unfortunate, situation or circumstance, and that really breaks my heart. And I think we've mentioned in the other video that, I think we've mentioned previously in our channel that my son is now 16 months, and he has not met his other side of the family. He's only met my side of the family. And to think that he's actually, a full American citizen, but he cannot travel because he's a baby. He cannot go anywhere without mommy.
Yeah.
It's sad, to say the least. The other challenge I would say is when he comes and he has to go. That for me is always very, 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 very difficult. And it's difficult for the both of us when we have to say goodbye every single time he comes. And most of those times when we've had to do the goodbye videos, I've recorded them, and you guys will see us and none of us is crying. And I would see people commenting and saying, "Oh, you're so strong. I would have shed tears," and all that. Little do you guys know.
Behind the scenes is different.
Yeah. The minute I get him to the airport and I see him off, and I come back to the house that we have all been for the week or 2 weeks, and their crazy voices or noises with Mikey keep ringing and playing in my head, that's when everything becomes real, and I'm like, he's gone and I'm alone again, and I would really, really break down. I remember the last one was so bad for you. You actually broke down on the plane, and the flight attendant had to actually come and ask him if everything is okay, and he had to tell her what was going on. Like, I just left my family in Kenya, and it's just a difficult moment.
It's always tough.
Yeah.
Even coming back a couple of days, for a couple of days, it takes me a minute to, I guess, get my head back in the game.
Yeah.
And to realize, that I have to wait.
Yeah.
And that's hard because I'm actually very family oriented, and being away from family, it kills me.
So there's someone out there who has just met someone, and they're like, everything is great, but I'm so scared because of the distance not to be there. Your advice to them?
It only sucks for a little bit. You just have to push through it. That's what I've been doing.
You're telling them to go ahead and just do the relationship.
Oh yeah. Nothing good ever happens if you don't try. Yes, it's scary. It's new. It's difficult, but you'll never get what you want if you don't try.
So my advice to anybody who is out there and they've just met someone, but the only issue is the distance, is just go ahead, go ahead with the relationship, because you can be like us 2 years down the line. You'll be looking at you'll be looking at each other and you'll be like, look at what we'll be missing.
We made it.
Yeah,
Holy crap, we made it.
look at what we'll be missing if we decided to like focus on the distance. So if you feel like everything else is working out and only the only issue is the distance, then don't let that hinder you. I would say just go ahead and give that relationship a try. You never know. It could turn out to be your best relationship ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in a nutshell, long distance works.
Yeah, if you work it.
Long distance is possible.
Yeah.
Is long distance fun?
No,
Is it sweet?
it can be.
Is it fulfilling?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So even though you don't really, obviously, you're not going to get that physical contact all the time. There's other ways to show affection, and that's what we've been exploring with me. She said I like to text, so what I do, I write a bunch of little love poems, sometimes a song or something. I'll make something up.
I'm always looking forward to those. He can. I keep telling him to actually publish those poems because, man, guys, he has a way with words. You know, he's really good with, like, he can write a really nice poem. He actually wrote me a poem like after 2 hours of starting to talk. He wrote me a poem, and I remember reading that poem, and I'm like, I showed my friend, and I'm like, interpret this poem for me. And my friend was like, this clearly means this man wants you. I was like, oh, just
Yeah.
2 hours of us talking and you want me?
I mean, she's lovable. Come on, guys.
That was really sweet. That was really, really sweet. Anyway, is long distance doable? Yes. And all I can say is every relationship needs work. Every relationship needs commitment, communication, trust. It needs all these things that psychologists have told you. But what I can tell you is long distance relationship needs twice as much
Yeah.
of each of that, you know?
And be flexible. Be flexible.
Yeah.
What I mean is, you may be a career person, but if you don't put any time or effort into your relationship, it's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
So just make
Create
time.
time, yeah.
Exactly. Create time.
Yeah. And one thing I keep seeing, like, you know, psychologists talking about is nobody is ever too busy for what they love. Let that sink in. I'll say it again. Nobody is ever too busy for what they love. So if someone loves you, they'll make time for you.
Yeah. I text her all the time on my breaks, when I'm at home, when I wake up, obviously, you know, good morning, sweetheart, honey bunny.
Babe. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's our little advice that we have. We've not been in this long distance thing for so many years. It's only 3 years, but we've learned, you know, a few tricks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try a few tips here and there and see, they might work out for you. Also, communicate. Talk to your partner, talk to your person.
Mm-hmm.
Always talk. I feel like when you talk, you're able to understand, and then whatever works for us may not work for you, but you can still tweak it as long as you communicate. And you know, once you communicate, then you're able to tweak it to fit the both of you.
Yeah.
You get it? But at the end of the day, I tend to think long distance relationships are some of the best relationships ever.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. Jacob could have found a woman in his country. I could have found a man in my country, but we didn't. This must really be so good. That's what I keep thinking. This must really be so good because there's so many women in America, and there's so many men here in Kenya. or even Africa. But every single time you choose to pay the price to come all the way here. So it actually has to be good for us to choose the harder way, because this is the hard way. We could have chosen the easier way.
Yeah, like I said, nothing. I feel like nothing that's ever worth it is going to be easy.
Yeah. So that's what we had to share with you guys. This is one of those very hard episodes that we've had to do, but hey, we
Mm.
made it!
Mm.
Woohoo! You did so well. Proud of you. Let us know in the comment section. I know there's so many of my followers who are also in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section some of the challenges that you guys are experiencing. Let me know also the wins. Let us
Yeah,
know
let
the
us know what
wins.
worked.
Yeah, what worked for you
Like,
guys?
what did you learn?
Yeah.
And if it didn't pan out the way that you wanted it to, yeah, like, what did you take away from it?
Yeah. So let's have a conversation in the comment section. And as always, remember to be kind to one another, love one another, and treasure every minute you spend with one another, because tomorrow is not promised. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, see y'all later.